A man dressed in a $15,000 custom-tailored Italian suit entered the courtroom with the air of someone who believed the entire building and everyone inside it belonged to him. A Patek Philippe watch gleamed on his wrist, worth more than most homes, catching the light before he ever spoke. His $3,000 handmade leather shoes struck the polished floor with the rhythm of entitlement. Diamond cufflinks shimmered as he adjusted his silk tie, his posture radiating the confidence of someone who had never been denied anything. His name was Daniel Wellington III, a hedge fund billionaire with a net worth of $3.2 billion. He owned penthouses across Manhattan, London, and Dubai. His private jet alone could fund entire hospitals, and his yearly earnings rivaled the economies of small nations. Yet he stood in court for a brutal act, shoving his elderly housekeeper down a staircase, leaving her with a broken hip and wrist. The cause of the violence was as simple as it was disturbing. She had asked to be paid Maria Gonzalez, a 67-year-old grandmother who had worked for Daniel for 8 years, now lay injured after requesting the $18, zeros in wages she had earned over 3 unpaid months. When paramedics arrived at his Manhattan penthouse, they found him complaining on his phone about incompetent staff instead of helping the bleeding woman on his marble floor. When police officers arrived, Daniel attempted to hand each of them $50,000 in cash, telling them to forget this misunderstanding, as if money could erase violence. He even boasted that his charitable donations exceeded their annual salaries, implying he was above the law. The officers arrested him regardless, stunned by his blatant arrogance. During booking, Daniel laughed and asked if bail could be paid with a credit card. He entered court, believing this was just another inconvenience his wealth could erase. His team of 5 high-powered attorneys, each charging $800 an hour, assured him everything would be handled. He even joked about how much the judge might cost, as though justice itself could be purchased. What he failed to understand was that Judge Judy had spent 4 decades dealing with people exactly like him. Wealthy individuals convinced their money placed them beyond accountability. She had never been impressed by wealth, and she had no intention of starting now. But Daniel made a fatal mistake in that courtroom. He said something so shocking and followed it with a gesture so threatening that even his own attorneys recoiled in disbelief. In that moment, he sealed his fate and turned himself into a symbol of unchecked privilege. Monday morning, precisely 9:00 a.m., inside the Los Angeles Superior Court. The courtroom was already packed with spectators drawn by rumors of the billionaire defendant. The bailiff called the case, "The People of California versus Daniel David Wellington III." Daniel walked in like he was entering a private club, his expensive suit drawing immediate attention. His lawyers surrounded him like a protective detail, their polished briefcases signaling status and power. Judge Judy looked up from the bench with her signature no-nonsense expression, calm, sharp, and unimpressed. "Good morning, Mr. Wellington," she said. Daniel barely acknowledged her. "Morning," he replied casually, as if addressing staff. He scrolled through his phone, not even bothering to meet her gaze. Her expression hardened instantly. "Mr. Wellington, put the phone away and address this court properly." He sighed exaggeratedly before complying, his tone dripping with sarcasm. "Fine, Your Honor." He rolled his eyes, prompting quiet gasps from the gallery. The hearing hadn't even begun, and already his attitude spoke volumes. Judge Judy reviewed the case file carefully. "You are charged with felony assault, wage theft, obstruction of justice, and attempted bribery. The allegation is that you pushed your 67-year-old housekeeper, causing severe injuries. How do you plead?" Daniel smirked. "Your Honor, this is being blown out of proportion. It's nothing more than a labor dispute with an underperforming employee." A murmur spread through the courtroom. "A labor dispute?" Judge Judy repeated. She tripped, Daniel said dismissively. "We were discussing performance issues. She overreacted. She was asking for 3 months of unpaid wages, the judge replied. I pay generously when it's earned, Daniel said. Her work had declined. So instead of paying her, you pushed her down the stairs? He laughed. I didn't push anyone. And $18,000? I spend more than that on wine monthly. The courtroom stiffened at his tone. That amount is irrelevant, Judge Judy said sharply. I'm providing context, Daniel insisted. I employ dozens of staff. I understand these matters. And yet, you don't understand basic law or decency, she replied. For the first time, his confidence flickered. I believe individuals like myself, major economic contributors, are afforded certain discretion, he said. The statement drew stunned reactions. Maria Gonzala sat in the gallery, her arm in a cast, tears streaming as she listened to him reduce her suffering to a workplace issue. He never once looked at her. Judge Judy studied him carefully. Let's review the security footage from your residence. Daniel shifted slightly. That won't be necessary. We're prepared to settle. I'm not interested in settlement, she said firmly. I'm interested in the truth. Play the footage. The screens lit up the video showed Daniel's penthouse, luxurious, pristine. Then Maria appeared, hesitant, gathering courage. Her voice trembled. Sir, it's been 3 months. I need my pay. My granddaughter needs medicine. Daniel didn't even look up. We've discussed your poor performance. You owe me $18,000, she said softly. He snapped his laptop shut. You want to talk about performance? She stepped back, intimidated. He rose, towering over her. You broke a $40,000 vase. You made mistakes repeatedly. It was an accident, she pleaded. I need my wages. You need? He snapped. Do you know who you're speaking to? I could replace you instantly. She continued, desperate. My grandson has asthma. He needs medicine. That's not my concern, Daniel said coldly. She edged backward, closer to the staircase. I'll have to report this, she said weakly. Something in him snapped. You'll do nothing, he shouted. Then it happened. The footage showed it from multiple angles, clear, undeniable. Daniel shoved her. She lost her balance and fell down 14 marble steps, her body striking each one. Gasps filled the courtroom. Some turned away. Others cried. She lay at the bottom, broken and pleading. Daniel didn't help. Instead, he shouted down at her, asserting dominance, as if proving a point. He called someone, not emergency services, but a crisis manager. Minutes passed while she lay in agony. When paramedics finally arrived, she accused him directly. He pushed me, she cried. Daniel dismissed her as confused. Then the police arrived. They questioned him. He laughed it off. Then he offered them money, $50,000 each. They asked if he was attempting bribery. He called it generosity. Moments later, they placed him in handcuffs. Back in the courtroom, the footage ended. Silence filled the room. Judge Judy turned to him. You've just watched yourself commit multiple crimes. What do you have to say? Daniel adjusted his tie calmly. That video lacks context, he said. Context? Her voice sharpened. It doesn't reflect the complexity of employer-employee relations at my level, he replied. You pushed a 67-year-old woman down the stairs. It was incidental contact during a heated discussion, he said. The room absorbed his words in disbelief as he attempted to reframe the undeniable.